Ashley's trying to kill me. That's not true at all. She nearly poisoned me. How? Well, I needed dressing for my salad on Wednesday, so I borrowed some of Ashley's from the fridge. Well, if Rose had asked to have some of my salad dressing, I would have told her that it had been in the fridge since before I left for maternity leave and had long since expired. HR professionals, I get it. You have to balance big business priorities and people needs, and also are often called in to deal with pettiness too. You're often caught in the middle and have a lot to deal with. So you need to make sure that you're doing your work justice on your resume. In today's video, we'll be looking at how to write a human resources resume. I'm Kamara, Toffolo, resume writer, LinkedIn consultant, job search strategist, and LinkedIn top voice who helps established professionals dare to do work differently and land great fitting gigs. I post new job search videos every week, and my videos will equip you with some of the most valuable information to make your job search easier, because job searching shouldn't be this hard. As HR professionals, employees often perceive you as the bad guy, there to enforce company policies and address performance issues. But you and I both know that you got into HR because you care about people. As if you enjoy having uncomfortable conversations with an employee about how their daily snack of durian is disrupting their coworkers, or that flip-flops don't meet dress code. And your job is so much more than uncomfortable conversations and disciplinary measures. Let's make sure that you're doing that justice, and let's take a look at what to cover on your HR resume. When you're writing about your HR role, it's helpful for you to give the reader some idea around the scope of your responsibilities, especially when it comes to the employee base that you engage with. It helps to use a number, particularly if the number is large. If the number is small, then you might want to leave it off. So how can we measure or provide scope around the employee base that we're responsible for? Here are a couple ideas. Mention the number of employees who are under your purview. Indicate how geographically dispersed they might be. Like, are you responsible for employees regionally, nationally, or even internationally? Say so. You could also mention or discuss the business units that these employees represent. Are they part of specific strategic business units or a part of all business units across the company? Companies need people, and your role in HR might involve going to market and getting these people, not just to warm seats, but actually to help move the organization forward to achieving their priorities and organizational objectives. When it comes to talking about recruiting and hiring on your resume, I want you to bring the numbers. Saying that you sourced, recruited, hired, onboarded employees isn't enough. I want to see quantifiable accomplishments and metrics on your resume with things like how many positions you helped fill in the last 6 months or year, especially if that number is high. How much you maybe grew the entire workforce over a certain period of time, represented by a percentage. The retention rate of your hires compared and contrasted against industry averages or organizational averages, assuming that you outpace these numbers. Metrics like time to hire or time to fill, particularly if they're a good indication of your success. And maybe ways that you changed the recruiting, hiring, onboarding process and what the lift in efficiency was as a result. So you're great at finding and hiring amazing people, but how good are you at actually getting and keeping them engaged? This could be measured, of course, by employee engagement and satisfaction surveys. And it would be great for you to indicate on your resume how much these satisfaction and engagement scores have improved since you joined the company, and how you made that improvement happen. But what if surveys aren't a practice in your organization? You're going to have to move away from the quantifiable type of accomplishment over to the qualitative type of accomplishment. And this could include things like how you developed and implemented recognition programs and what the result was, that time you launched a committee to solicit associate feedback and what key learnings you took away from that and how you actioned them, or perhaps how you advocated for flexible, hybrid, or work from home arrangements and accommodations and what the outcome was. So you hire amazing people, you're great at getting them engaged, but how are you at helping them grow? In working with my HR clients, there are a number of ways that we can really illustrate accomplishments when it comes to employee growth and development. Some examples of their contributions have included things like how they may have developed a cross-training program where peers would cross-train each other on their products or services and roles, how many employees participated in such a program and the coverage increase as a result. Or maybe that matchmaking program that one of my clients set up where they matched mentors and mentees and facilitated stronger succession planning. And that time that several of my clients trained their leaders on effective performance management and what the result was. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, is a very important aspect of HR and a really hot keyword. But what's more important than the keyword is great examples of how you've made strides to help your organization towards greater diversity, equity, and inclusion. Examples of this might include things like how you changed hiring processes and practices to ensure greater equity across the board, as well as a reduction in bias and what the results of that work has been. Perhaps that time where you noticed that a particular policy was not particularly inclusive and the changes that you effected in order to ensure greater inclusion for all employees. Or maybe the ways that you ensured that there was a strong offering of DEI-focused training and development programs that were accessible to all employees across the company. The more senior you are, the more likely that you will be responsible for a budget or contribute to budget planning. If that's the case for you, particularly if your budget is large, then you'll definitely want to include details on your resume. These details might include things like the size of the budget you manage using a dollar figure, any ways that you reduced cost or contained your budget while maintaining business operations as well as service delivery to employees, or perhaps how you renegotiated the company's group benefits plan, or sourced a new carrier, leading to cost savings while maintaining the quality of the employee benefits. If you were in HR in 2020, 2021, and beyond, you certainly had your work cut out for you. Make sure that you're taking credit for the work that you did to help your organization and your people navigate the choppy waters of the P word that I can't say on YouTube, with accomplishments that might include things like how you ensured employees had the resources and tools that they needed to work safely, how you developed new protocol and policies and procedures, as well as address time off work due to a particular illness and subsequent return to work while ensuring all employees were kept safe and healthy, and any other ways that you helped your employees feel safe and cared for during this difficult time, with perhaps something like expanding the services offered under your employee assistance program. HR balances the needs of business with the needs of people, and that is no easy feat. Make sure that you're doing your work justice on your resume, showing how much you care and how much you think creatively and strategically about how to make the workplace, your workplace, a better place to work for all. Are you pursuing your next role in HR? What are you proud of accomplishing for your people and business partners? Tell me in the comments below. As you know, I make a lot of videos, but I also make free guides to help you in your job search. If you'd like my free cover letter guide and checklist or my free post-interview thank you messages guide and templates, you can download them by signing up for them. The links are in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please do give it a like. It helps me help more people. And if you'd like to see more of this face in your feed, click on that face over there to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.